Okay, good afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you guys. This is Mandy Freilich from EduMatch, and we are here with one of our very favorite authors, BreAnn Fennell, and it is her launch day, people. This is an EduMatch party. Woo-hoo!
Yes.
So we are here to live it up and celebrate BreAnn's new book, Play Yay. It's a baby talk, so it's a children's book. This is so exciting. So BreAnn, tell us a little bit about yourself for anybody out there who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm BreAnn Fennell. I am a teacher of first and second grade students. I do something called looping, so I stay with the same group of students for 2 years. And I'm a mom of 2 little boys. I'm an EduMatch author, and this is my second book with EduMatch. What else about me? What do you think, Lucas? I have one of my little boys here with me.
Hi. Hey, Lucas. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
All right. Lucas, what is your favorite thing to eat?
My favorite thing to eat is corn.
Corn, like on the cob? Yeah, that's my favorite too. That is amazing. Yeah, we love corn.
What's your second?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
What's your second favorite?
Pizza. He likes pizza.
Oh, of course, pizza. Yeah, pizza's a staple pretty much. Like every kid loves pizza, so that is awesome. Fantastic. So Lucas is one of your sons. What's your other son's name?
Max.
Max. And Max is younger, correct?
He is. He's actually got a birthday coming up. He's going to be 5 years old. So when I first wrote this book, he was just a tiny baby. So time goes incredibly fast.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it does. I have 2 in college. So just wait till that happens.
You're like, talks about going to college all the time. He wants to be a grown adult right now.
Oh, that you don't necessarily have to go to college for that.
Like, yeah.
To be a grown adult. And it's not all it's cracked up to be all the time either. That whole adulting thing.
Right. I tell him
that is amazing.
Pay bills.
Yeah. Pay bills and work. Yeah. But you get to do fun things too. Like the moment I knew I was an adult was the moment that I woke up one morning and I'm like, I want ice cream for breakfast. And I'm like, I can't have ice cream for breakfast. That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, hang on. I'm an adult. I can have ice cream for breakfast. And I did. And I'm like, okay, that's a perk of being an adult, right? Have ice cream for breakfast. That is true. So Lucas, you'll be able to have corn and pizza for breakfast and it'll be totally okay because you'll be adulting.
He's like, that's not a great diet though.
That is true too. Yeah, so he will be a smarter adult than I am already.
It's okay once in a while. Right? Awesome. Probably.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your first book. Hi, Sarah. Tell us a little bit about your first book and how that leads into your second book.
Yeah, so my first book is Play Yay. And when I got it in hardcover, I was really super excited. But Play Yay is the story of my son, Lucas. And he talks to his parents in this book about how he can use his imagination to make a box anything he wanted it to be. So it's really about like children exploring things that aren't necessarily, you know, pre-made toys that you get in a box. Like we all know that when kids get a hold of anything that's not a toy that you spent $50 on, they're more likely to play with it, or the box that it came in. So that was my first book, was just about Lucas. And then when my second son came along, Max, he was such an adorable baby, and Lucas was so super funny. I would have to tell you some funny things that Lucas did He's like, no, don't do that. When his baby brother first came around. So what my new book is about is really, it's an interactive story where Lucas is kind of taking you through the steps to taking care of a baby. So the reader gets to kind of go on a journey of what it's like to have bottles and stinky diapers and all the love that comes with being an older sibling as well. So that's kind of how those kind of lead together. And I already have ideas for a third book, but I won't tell you them right now.
That is awesome. So Lucas was kind of like your co-author.
Oh, absolutely. What was really cool was I was able, you know how your kids say funny things and sometimes you forget to write them down. Everybody says, oh, write them down because you won't remember like which kid said it or, you know, how funny it was or how it made you feel at the time. And so this was kind of like my journal of funny things that Lucas said about his baby brother, but also all the really sweet things. So I will always have it to remember. It's kind of like a journal.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. So it's not only a book for other older siblings as a baby's coming in, but also kind of that journal for you too. That is very, very cool. So was that kind of your inspiration then to write the book? Like what was just listening to him and the funny things he was saying, or
yes.
Where did you get the idea of that?
I couldn't just have a book about one of my kids either. Like, think about that. If you were a kid and you were like, hey, where's my book, you know? So it was definitely my inspiration, but also, like I said, I'm a teacher. And so I was kind of like, you know, I'm always reading children's books. And I did realize that a lot of the books that kids gravitated toward were ones that had something funny in them. And there is nothing better than sitting there in a chair with your kids all on the carpet and them just like these 6 and 7-year-olds giggling and not being able to stop. So that was something that I worked into this book, were like just little funny things that I thought would really be like just a good like sprinkle of laughter in classrooms as well.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, and there's like I didn't teach littles. I taught 4th and 5th grade, but every once in a while our school would do this thing where we like teacher swapped. And we would get, you know, like I would get a kindergarten classroom and I'd be able to read aloud to the kindergarten classroom. It was usually around like Read Across America week. And I would go into the kindergarten class and I would get to read a book. And there's nothing better than when something funny comes up in the book and all the kids are giggling and you know, when you're doing the read aloud. So that is so much fun. I just love that. Okay, so we're going to go to, because we have some guests kind of knocking at the door, but we're going to wait. We have one more that's coming on. So exciting. In the meantime, so if I'm a teacher, like how can I use this book in my classroom? Like why would kids want to read this book? And you mentioned already that it's cute and it's funny. It gets them giggling. But from a standpoint of like learning, why would I buy this book for my classroom as a teacher?
Absolutely. Well, in the elementary school where I teach, we do something called guided reading where, you know, you sit around, there's a table, and it might look a little different this year, but usually you have a small group of like 6 kids and you're able to teach them skills that go along with the book. And so my book has something that's pretty cool about the dialogue in the book, that there are speech bubbles. And so you can talk about things like the first person that's reading it. You can talk about some of the different perspectives and the sayings that they have in the book. So whenever I'm writing it, I'm always thinking like, how can I use this like as a teachable moment in my classroom? And we know those social emotional skills are so important. And like for me, using mentor text to prepare kids for events that have happened to them or will be happening to them, I feel like parents could pick up this book really easily to help start introducing the things that will happen, you know, with a new sibling in the house. And so it's not as big of a surprise. And also in the book, some of the pages that I'm going to read aloud, it talks about all the ways that Lucas thought he would be able to play with the baby right away. And obviously there are things that the baby can't do right away. And so it kind of has those talking points that you could definitely use with your children if you were a parent.
Yeah, that's a great point, because they think that it's going to come out like a doll.
Right.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, wouldn't be able to do anything with this thing.
Yeah. They hold it for the first couple seconds and it's like, okay, this is cute. Like, put it back. This is, you know, so yeah, that's awesome. So you have not only, oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to tell you the funny story about.
Yes, please do.
Lucas is giving me permission now. So whenever I first brought Max home and we were in the living room, and anytime like I would need to feed the baby, I always tried to give Lucas something like to occupy him or whatever. But that day he just wasn't having it. So what Lucas would do is he took off all of his clothes and ran around the living room buck naked to get my attention. And so now he's sleeping because he's like, I can't believe you told them that on YouTube. But I mean, it's the real deal. Like the older sibling will try to get your attention in some very interesting ways. So that was my fun.
Now, is that story in the book?
No.
We didn't want to capture that one for lifetime.
Right. Yeah, that stayed out of the journal, but you guys are getting that exclusive story right here, right now. I'm sure that
that's awesome.
Other parents watching, they would have similar experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so funny. Okay, so we're going to welcome one of your guests right now, because she's kind of waiting in the wings. And I think you're going to have another person knocking at the door pretty soon. We'll let him in when he gets here, but we're going to welcome Ray to the show. Hey, lady, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so honored to be here to celebrate this big moment.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We super, super appreciate it.
So honored. Bree, we're so excited for you. I know I am, but like literally the entire Teach Better team, the whole family, the ambassadors, the speakers network, our podcast, like everybody is so excited for you. And we can't believe launch day is actually here.
I was mimicking Ray as she was talking. Hi.
He was.
What's up?
So Jeff,
how are you doing?
Do you have any stories of like when you brought your second child home? Like, are there any funny stories that stick out to you?
That's a good one. No.
You have two beautiful kids. You've got to have some stories.
I'm trying to think of like it's been a while since I thought that far. No, I think, you know, the funnest stories for me are not necessarily stories so much as just like the memories that I have is when he would like get super like treat you like a baby with her, right? And like realize that she was like this little person, and like you saw the natural instinct in him to take care of her when she was, you know, when she was younger at that point. And they still kind of have that, you know, some days more than others, but it was such a cool thing, you know, and you see that hurt with her, like when she like thinks about like when she sees a baby, she doesn't, but like it was such a cool moment to see him do that. Like right when he came into the hospital the first time, like you know, you want to put a hat on her head and stuff, which was funny, and little stuff like that where, you know, you think back when they have their fights and their squabbles now, and you're like, man, there was a point where you just like that was like your little baby girl that you took care of and stuff. But I think those are my favorite memories. Is that like just you know, him trying to just take care of her. I think funny stories is when, as it started to get a little bit older, when he doesn't realize that there is 3 years in between. And when you're at the age, you know, when you're like 2, 3, 4, 5, like in there, like that's a big difference. There's a lot of growth, right? As far as your understanding, being able to speak, and like where she didn't know how to speak, and him not understanding her, or him trying to understand her, or more importantly, when they understood each other, but we had no idea what was going on.
We had no idea, right?
Like how do you know this language, right? So it's fun though. It's super cool. Now they're a little bit older, you know. They're he's 8 and she just turned 6, so it's a little bit different now. But
They're so old.
they are so old. It's crazy how old they are.
It is.
That's what we were just talking about, because my oldest two are in college. I have 4, but I have, my gosh, it's going to take me a second. 21, almost 19, 17, and 14, and so now they get along better than they ever did for the most part. When they were little, they would get into, he's looking at me, tell him to stop looking at me. They would do like that kind of stuff, and now they get along better than they ever did. But,
I have a great that looking at me thing reminds me. So I don't know if your kids don't know what age. Like a big thing on like a lot of YouTubers is like they do like a pause challenge, where one person is allowed to pause the other person for 24 hours at any point, right? They take this to the string that one day I had to it took me like an hour to calm him down because he was so upset because she wouldn't stop pausing him. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to pause. Like, it's make believe. If you really don't want to pause, just don't pause. And he was just like so upset about it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do for you. But like, it's just, their imagination and like where they're at. Like they were so in this world of like, that was their challenge. Like she could pause them. And she was like, don't get me wrong, she was being a little bit of a pause. What's the word? I'm like a tyrant. I don't know. Just like constantly. But it was so funny. Like it's literally that, Ray. It's like me being able to go like, Ray, you're pausing. You just have to stop.
I want to get a button like that.
For me, I think you just want a mute button for me.
A mute button would be awesome.
It's fun. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
That's so funny. Yeah. So, did you guys get a chance to read the book, the Play Yay Baby Talk, or have you guys gotten a chance to do that yet?
I did too. I was so excited to see it and actually see the pictures and the illustrations and read the story. I know it's going to be great for all children, but I won't lie. I always think of the perspective is how can I use this in my classroom? And so I was so stoked to read it specifically through that lens, because I know so many children's books are so valuable young, or reading them to our children, but when we're able to then bring them back to our students in the classroom, no matter their age, I know there's so many learning opportunities there as well. So Bree, I think this book is going to span so many ages.
Thank you so much.
Ray goes so much. I was going to say Ray goes so much more in depth and thoughtful about it. Me, I'm just excited for Jacqueline to read it and see the baby and be like, oh, and get all cute about it. But I'm excited to have it in my hands and be able to read it with them. And it's just gonna be really cool. And I love, there's been a couple, like One Drop of Kindness and Don Epps' book and stuff where I get to read it and then I get to say, and Daddy knows who wrote it. It's just it's just a cool, dad moment where they're like, what you do? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. So anyway, it's exciting. It's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
My cheeks hurt from smiling so much. I'm just like,
good.
Yeah, it's a big day for you, Bree. I'm sure it's been full of celebration and people. I know I've literally all my social media is celebrating you today. Everybody I know is excited about this launch. How have you been doing with finally having this released to the public?
I'm just so thrilled, and having it in my hands is one of the the best things. When Lucas was able to take it out and read it in the living room, on our couch, and being able to I think it's just cool that we also get to share that with him. Hey, this is cool. You and your brother. And I was telling Mandy before you guys got on, I couldn't have one book, Play Yay, with Lucas in it and not include Max in some way. And so I'm really glad I have an idea for a third Play Yay. And so I'm not going to give that away right now, but just the wheels are already turning. I'm not very good at hey, this is one moment in time and I need to just breathe. I'm always okay, I just want to keep going. I want to keep going. Yeah.
Bree, you can tell everyone that the third book's going to feature me and Ray. It's cool. They get it.
Maybe they'll have the mute button and they're able to use it on each other.
It would be Baby Jeff and Baby Ray.
But Baby Ray has the mute controller.
Just running
Yeah.
after Jeff. Baby Jeff.
At this point, Bree, if you're not going to write it, I'm going to write a Baby Jeff, Baby Ray book. Like we need that. Maybe that's a collab, opportunity. But yeah, that's
This would be hilarious.
funny. That's funny.
Absolutely. Dude,
All right,
have you ever seen the show Boss Baby?
The movie, yeah. There,
Boss
yes.
Baby?
Oh,
Boss
yeah. Jacqueline
Yeah.
Jacqueline was
kids
hooked on
love
it for a
Boss
while.
Baby.
Yes. It's actually a good
So
movie.
that would not be you, right, Jeff? You would not be the boss baby. Would you be
No,
the boss
I'd probably be the kid having the brother. Like imagining Ray would be the boss baby.
It's true.
He's a snappy dresser too, like you, right?
That's true. Yeah, he's in black all the time, so it works out really well.
Oh, I'm in green
That's
today.
It looks black.
This is, no,
Everyone-
it's a.
No,
It's a.
everyone in
it's
the
a
world
green
thinks it's
with
black.
Polka dots.
It really does look black. I'm not joking. Like it really, I'm not just.
Okay, Jeff Gargas, if you could go onto my Instagram, you'll see it's a green with polka dots.
Okay. Mine's gray. Where's Rob Breyer at? I wonder if Rob
I was going to say,
Breyer's
that's a Rob Breyer shirt.
It is a Rob Breyer shirt. I need a Play Yay. I need a Play Yay shirt. Do those exist?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I have
Probably.
an idea. I do. And this could be totally on the Teach Better swag site. But, like the Fresh Prince, like the playgrounds where I spend most of my days, and then have the Play Better. Like,
Oh.
Sounds like we're doing it.
All right. We got to talk after. You enjoy the rest of today, and then we need to talk.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
You need to take the moment to enjoy first.
Enjoy
And then
your
we'll let
day
you talk about
first. and
teachers.
That's what she's talking about. She's always like, "Oh, how about something else? How about something?" Yeah, I like it. I love it.
Well, and I love
then
it,
you wear the
Bree.
shirt.
Bree, you're always trying to share with people. Like, I know that you're celebrating the book today, and I know that's a huge piece of your heart that you're sharing with the world, but you are constantly thinking of new ideas, trying to share, supporting other people. That's why I'm so excited to celebrate with you today. We're going to go live on Friday as well and talk about your book even more with our Teach Better family, because I know you're a Teach Better ambassador, but you just are so generous with your time and your energy. I just think you really need to stay present and enjoy every moment, because this is a huge deal that we just want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you being here and just supporting me. And, like I said before, I had talked to Jeff and I was like, I'm ready to jump in. Like I've been a fan. I was a fan of EduLaunch and a fan of Teach Better, before I was ever a part of it. And I feel like it's so awesome just to be here in the midst and celebrating my book, but celebrating everybody else that are teachers or educators and that are doing amazing things. So
That's why we love you, Bree.
I know.
Right there. That sums it up. She's like, yeah, it's great to celebrate me, but I love celebrating everybody else. That's it right there. Love it.
Well, thank you guys
too,
so
Mandy.
much for joining us and being on here. I know, but Bree is the focus today.
Yes.
Bree's the focus. Which way
Thanks for-
is she? She's the focus today.
Thanks
I
for
know,
having
I
us on.
appreciate
Brady
that.
Bunch moment. High five me, dude.
yeah.
Do it. No.
Wait, no, this way.
No, wait.
For me,
There you go.
Can I
We're not
I'll
as good
pat
at
Jeff's
this.
head? There we go.
I had this idea, and if I would have had it earlier, I could have been like, hey, Mandy, when you email people, will you ask them to bring a ball? Because have you ever seen the thing they do where they throw the ball and people catch it?
I'm pretty sure all
yeah.
4 of us probably have a Teach Better stress ball somewhere, right?
Oh, I do.
I have
Not
1,000 of them over there, but
No,
hey,
I do
it is what
not.
it is. What? You,
You don't have a Teach Better stress ball from the conference?
she didn't come to the conference.
I never went to the first. I didn't go to the first conference.
She's,
You know
she's
what,
a little,
Bree?
she's a
Everybody
little
makes
too good
mistakes.
for the conference.
Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. We're all learning.
In my defense, my boys play college football, and so
Yeah.
I chose college football.
I get
over.
it.
Family. I don't know.
In
Yeah,
her
I know that whole
defense,
family thing.
in her defense, her decision on that involved 5 billion texts to me of her trying to figure it out whether she could or not. She's tried very hard.
I did.
It's all
That is
good.
true.
So
It's
I
family
do
first.
love my
And
Teach
it
Better
was
too.
snowing that day. So
it did snow that. Yeah, it snowed the
It
first day.
snowed.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, thanks for
All right,
having
my
us on to
friends.
celebrate
Don't
with
forget
you.
to see your face.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Congrats
Thank
again.
you.
you.
So happy.
See you guys
Proud.
later.
Excited.
Bye. All right. That was awesome. I love those people. Two of my
Me
faves
too.
for sure.
Me too.
Okay, so we are okay, so let's see. Just checking some of the Sarah, our leader and boss woman and publisher that we absolutely love, is a fan of BreAnn, as we are all a fan of BreAnn.
I need to screenshot that
So
later.
many people joining us. Yeah. So we have a good question. So Alice, what age group is your book for?
I think it would be primary ages mainly, but I think that it would, it would span if you were teaching early childhood educators, you could use it in a college classroom. If you were, if you had a 7 or 8 year old that has never had a younger sibling, I feel like that age, you kind of see more younger siblings coming, like in that 1st and 2nd grade age group. And since that's what I teach, I would say that would definitely span that. But the little funny parts, I think, like some of my friends that read it, they were like, oh my goodness, that was super funny. So maybe I'll be able to read you a part or two that you can laugh at later.
Yeah, I would love that. In fact, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then you have another person knocking at your party door, so we're going to
I feel like there should be like a little there should be a little doorbell sound, I think.
Like a sound, right?
Yeah, it should be like,
like a little knock.
Like you got somebody coming in.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so just kind of going back a little bit to what we were just talking about, is like, how do you balance everything you do with like teaching and authoring and all of the things, the Teach Better ambassador stuff, with having young kids?
I think that I really try when, well, first of all, I have an amazing supportive husband, BreAnn. And so like, we've been together since I was 17 years old. So like, he knows me really well. He knows like how driven and how hard I work to get, to where, like I can have this moment and celebrate my work. And so he is a super hands-on dad with the kids. So I never feel like, oh, I need to like go micromanage that situation. Like he's so wonderful with them that if I didn't have him, like he's just a huge support system. So that's definitely one of the ways that I can do that. My sister and family, they help out with the kids as well. But also like I try to have times like when I'm with the kids, like to be present with the kids. So, like Lucas is really big in soccer. So, taking him to games and watching them, much like you said with your boy, like that would have been a very, like it'd been hard, like to miss something that he's a part of. And so we go as a family and watch those types of things. Max is getting involved with like, doing some swim lessons and that kind of thing. And so, I mean, as long as my kids know that I am their biggest support and I love them, I think that is kind of what makes me feel okay about doing the other things.
Sure. Yeah, that's, and we get it. I think you probably get that question a lot. And I got that question a lot too when my kids were younger. It's like or people will say it in the way of, I can't do this because I have young kids. And so you understand it to a point because it's a lot,
right?
Like it can be a lot to try to handle all of the things. And like, like your kids, my kids were always involved in everything. I mean, baseball alone. And then when you have 2 kids in baseball and 1 in softball and 1 in dance, like you have all of the things going on. And the most important thing is for the kids to understand that you're there to support them. And sometimes that meant that I had my computer at a baseball game, writing part of a book or a blog post or writing, doing work, whatever it was, but I was still there and tried to be as present as I could. But it is challenging to do all those things, but it can be done. And that's, I think, the most important part to take out of there is like, it can be managed and you can still do all the things you want to do and be a good mom at the same time. A phenomenal mom, not even just a good one, a phenomenal mom at the same time. And so I love that. And Dave said, how'd you get to be so amazing? You have such a great outlook. And I love how your personality shines through in all you do. And
Thanks,
so that's
Dave.
so sweet of Dave, and also so true. So we're gonna invite David in here because he is knocking at the door. So let's add David to our live stream. How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi.
What's up? Hey, what's up?
How are you?
So David,
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just it's a hot day today. Just kind of dealing with that.
where are you from?
I'm from Elyria, Ohio. Well, Vermilion, Ohio specifically, but I moved to Elyria, so it's just hot in
Okay.
Ohio. Not too bad.
And so tell us, David, a little bit about who you are.
So I am an illustrator. I've been making art for my whole life, but basically specifically I started doing like children's art. Obviously after when I had kids and stuff, I'd started to like really focus in on what I really wanted to do. And obviously, because that's just how that works. Then you're like, oh, this is really cool for them. And then I made my own children's book for my son, like after him. And then I slowly started to build my portfolio to kind of do that. And I worked on a book with Drew DeWalt called The Epic Adventures of Huggy and Stick. And that's been a really fun little ride that we did. And that's actually doing little like book things here and there is where I met BreAnn. And, we just kind of connected from there. And then we've been talking and stuff and then, doing some little fun stuff in between. But yeah, I don't know. I just like drawing fun stuff and loud characters and silly stuff kind of match my personality. So.
That's awesome. So you read the book then, correct? The Play a Baby Talk?
Yes, I did.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what you think about the book.
See, when you have kids, it's good. I think the best thing about the voice to the book is it kind of like shows you how a little kid can correctly respond to having a new baby, because like it tells you to like be quiet around the baby, because like there's all these little things that like kids are just like, hey, new baby, like so it's just it really kind of like it like lets them know like, hey, be quiet around the baby. I know that you really want to do all these really fun things with them, but it's gonna be like a little bit of time. Talking about how they're stinky and stuff like that. Just like all these little fun things that the that kids can kind of like grasp onto to really understand like what goes along with having a baby. And it's got some silly stuff in there too. So
yeah, that's awesome. And how much kids love, we were talking before about how much kids love to laugh at little books like that. And especially anytime you talk about things being stinky or poop or anything, kids will be rolling on the floor for sure. So
oh yeah, they love that.
That's awesome.
I remember when I had my daughter. My son was first, and then my daughter, and we always kind of read books like that to kind of give them a perspective about what was about to happen, and then like how they should treat their baby and stuff like that. So it's a good book for that for sure, to kind of get used to all that.
Awesome. And so this has turned into a little bit of a theme for the show. Do you have any funny stories of your kids when they were little?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I have like two very different kids. Like my one kid is like my daughter is like a little firecracker. If like a firecracker decided to become a person, like sprout hands and just walk around, that's what my daughter would be. And then my son's just like a little tinkerer, so like he'll literally sit there with like I have a specific memory of him just like waking up, and then or he would just. He's like a little ninja too, so he would like just show up in front of my bed, like I'd wake up and be like, hey. I mean, they're very silly, different people, which I really like. But really funny stories. I'm sure there's 1,000. I can't think of any specifically right now. I'm sorry.
So funny when you get put on the spot, isn't it? It's like.
I know.
Yeah.
After this, I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot about the best thing. the silly stuff. I remember one time, I know the funniest thing, we were playing the Lego Batman game once, and my son was talking about something, and then he was like, yeah, like toothpaste was fighting Batman, and I was just like, toothpaste? He's like, yeah, toothpaste. I was like, do you think that Two-Face's name is Toothpaste? He was like, yeah, he has toothpaste in his hair. And I'm like, his name is Toothpaste because he has two faces. I always, so every time I see Two-Face from Batman, I always call him Toothpaste. I like little things like that kind of change your vernacular, like throughout their lives, where you just kind of like, you end up calling things certain things because they call them like rainbrellas or something silly. Where it's like, give me, and then they become like totally normal for you to say them in front of other people, and then they're like, what are you talking about? You're like, no. Like my one friend still calls pajamas ding dongs. She's like, get your ding dongs on, and then they're like, everybody's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, pajamas. Talking about pajamas. So I love those.
My son used to reverse everything that we said to him. So for example, like we would say, do you want me to carry you? Right. So whenever he wanted to be carried, he put his hands up and he would say, carry you. And I'd be like, yeah, you can carry me if you want. And try carry you. So we still joke about that to this day, just because he used to do that with everything. It was so funny.
I love that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, David. We really appreciate you.
Anytime. I hope everything is going really fun today and you're having a good time. And congratulations on the book. Congratulations on the book and everything. It's exciting days.
Yes, you've been so supportive. Like even I was able to send David another manuscript, and he was able to like kindly tell me like some things that could get tweaked just to make it a little better. And so I just always appreciate like having people that can give you like feedback that you can use to make your work better without making you feel like, oh, your work is terrible. But just like that constructive feedback. And the fact that he's so good, like with kids, like with my class, he came in and did a like a Google Meet with my class, and they just thought he was awesome, the coolest.
Well, it's super fun. They talk to me on like my level, which is just like, hey guys, what's going on? They're like, oh my god, let me tell you about something. You know, like they just had like a round robin of them telling me about their cat or like their, you know, whatever is going on in their lives. Or sometimes it was irrelevant. Sometimes it was just whatever's off the top of their head. Kids always do this thing where they're like, I have a question, and then they're like, what is it? And they're like, they don't really have a question. They just want to talk to you, you know. So it's fun. Yeah. I like it.
That's so funny. I kind of want to see a book with a firecracker with arms.
Well, then I guess that'll be the next thing. Yeah, I know. Actually, I told you I made a book about my son, my daughter. I need to make one of my daughter, just like, even if it's nothing that I published, just something for her, because that's what his book is. It's just something I made for him. But I need to make that, and I'm trying to like figure out what that story is before she's like old enough to like realize that she doesn't have a book. Like, hey, Dad,
right? That's how this book was made. It was like, oh yeah, you need one too. That's right.
Yeah, I know. It's just
there's no favorites here.
I know. It's just we're all so busy. We're doing what we can.
Well, it's kind of like how you, and I've said this a couple times, David, but I've got 4 kids, and like my first son has his own baby book, and it's meticulously filled out, and it has, you know, like all of the pictures. He has his own photo albums, like he's got all the things. And my youngest daughter, that poor child, is not going to know who she was as a little baby. Because I know. There's no baby book. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I told my wife if we had a third kid, it'd be like, it would be like a caveman. We would just be like, hey, you're fine. You'll probably make it. Like, it'd have like a loincloth. Like, there's clothes around here somewhere. Get them. You guys have them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your first child, you're like, oh my gosh, you're bleeding. And your last child, you're like, is it bad? Do you need stitches? Okay, you're fine. Just wipe it off.
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Constantly. I'm just like, you're fine. You don't even need this. Like, brush it off. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're like a soldier. Yeah. You got 4, so your fourth one's just like the other kids are taking care of it. It's fine. I love it.
Right, the dog's loving it up. You're like, oh, it's getting some attention.
I was raised by dogs. Be like, that's funny. No, like, no, seriously, I was raised by dogs.
No, seriously, yeah.
I feel like there's so many book ideas coming, like for you. You already got firecrackers, you got raised by dogs.
Oh, just give me one night with me, and you'll have like 30. Be like, I gotta go write some stuff down.
I think we need some children's books for parents to make them feel better that the things that they do with like their third and fourth children, like that they're okay. That we all do
really,
it.
that's a wonderful idea. That's a really wonderful, honestly. Just like it's called figure it out.
Yeah. The conversation with your fourth child as to why she doesn't have a baby book, like how to navigate that.
Or if she does, it's just a pile of pictures crammed in like a piece. It's like a file that's just like, one day we'll get to that kind of thing. What the crap?
A ripped up manila envelope.
Mom, you look so old. Be like, shut up. I'm very tired.
Oh man.
Oh,
well, David, it has been an absolute pleasure to meet you today, and thank you so much for being on here. We appreciate you, and looking forward to your firecracker book.
I'll make it happen. All right, nice seeing you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was fun.
Yes.
All right.
We're just talking about how we need to have some serious fun.
Yes. That's so much fun. All right. So let's get back to some of our questions. So we have, we did how do you balance? So just kind of talking about play a little bit in general, because, you know, the whole kind of wave of play-based learning is coming, and I've heard of play-based charter schools and some of those types of things. What is play really going to look like when we return post-pandemic? Because play traditionally is touching things, it's talking to people, it is, you know, playing tag and you're touching and all of the things. So what is it going to look like post-pandemic?
I think that something that's going to be really important for us is to find those safe outdoor spaces, because we know like when we are able to spread out, then we are, you know, less likely to be spreading different things. So if we find those outdoor spaces, and actually I just was talking to some people in our school district about, like, could we get some benches in the front green space area? Can we figure out ways that we can use the space we already have and not add a whole bunch of extra costs to schools, and kind of figure out ways where they can do some of that learning outside? And I know like some people might be fearful, like we won't have their attention because we'll be outdoors, but it's just like anything. Like when you start the school year, you set up your expectations, you set up your classroom community agreements if you don't like, you know, the rules. So you set up your agreements with your class, and then they will love being outside. Like even when I did a writing camp for several years, this was the first year in 4 years that I wasn't able to do it. We did it in like an outdoor property that my district has. And it's different when you put kids in an environment that has green space, that has nature. There was a stream, you know, with frogs. And so I know that's not possible for every district, but even if you have a small grassy area where you can get yoga mats, that was like something that came to my mind. Yoga mats, you can step 6 feet, put another yoga mat, like, or have spray paint where you spray paint where their yoga mats go, something where it would be very easy for kids to bring their own, and then it can get sanitized or brought home at the end of the day. But those are some of the things I was thinking about. Also, I have this is my son's school box, but I was brainstorming so much about how, like, these are like 88 cents at the store. So if you had these small school boxes, and you could put especially in elementary, the math manipulatives are so important for us to use. And so if you have little baggies that have these things inside, like already ready for the kids, This has magnetic letters in it. If you're teaching, phonics, like already have these things like ready, have the kids have their own post-it notes, like whatever you think that they might need. And it's just going to be more like individualized, I think, play. But you can, like I said, if you set up those rules and expectations ahead of time, you don't have to take the fun out of it. Like they're going to play off of however you're feeling. So if you're like, this is so exciting, where you guys all have your own special play box, you're going to leave it out and we're going to air it out at the end of the day, and it's going to be great. And you can use this box you could even have ones where you set up like a Lego box and a stacking box and all these things that they can use for a certain amount of time, and then switch them out once you're able to sanitize them. Like we're not going to stop having fun and playing because of this pandemic. We are going to just kind of be real world problem solvers, which I always use that in my class anyway. We're real world problem solvers. Like let's figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. We have a few more people knocking at your door, and so we're going to invite in Marie, and Dave decided to join us as well. So let me add them in. There we go. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi.
How are you doing, Marie?
Hello.
Wow, thank you. I'm at the ball field right now, just so everyone's aware, like why I'm outside, and I have found my like cellular tree, my hotspot tree. I cannot move from this tree or I will lose this feed. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
That is awesome. So this is Marie and Dave. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Appreciate
I
you.
will be anywhere that Bree is.
Thanks
she
for
is a
having
rock
me.
star. She brings me so much energy. So that's why I'm here. I want you to fill me up tonight. This is amazing. So happy for you.
I'm so glad you're here.
That is awesome. So have either of you read the book, the Baby Talk book yet?
Yeah.
All right. What can you tell us about it, Marie?
It's adorable. It was like the first thing I texted Bree. I was like, this is so adorable. I really liked it. I really thought it was a great evolution from the first Play Yay book, and I'm getting attacked by my son. I'm so sorry. And I loved some of the wording in it a lot. Like when Lucas described like the sky hasn't eaten cereal yet. I'm like, I totally relate. I can totally relate to that.
That's awesome. I love the illustrations too. The illustrations are so cute.
I hate
Yeah.
I know.
They're so adorable. Oh, you hit a double? That's awesome. Very cool. So, Dave, did you get a chance to read the book yet?
I have not read the book yet, but I literally pick up everything that BreAnn puts down. So I can't wait to pick this up and just consume it. I'm almost like a cyber stalker of hers because she just brings so much energy and positivity to the world. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait till I actually get to hold it and touch it and read it. It's going to be great.
That's awesome. It looks like it's just us.
Okay.
I think we lost both of the other ladies. Hang on. So we're going to continue talking about BreAnn. BreAnn is awesome. I absolutely love her. And she's so supportive of everybody all the time.
I think that's what I love about her the most. She is like the world's biggest cheerleader for success. That's all she cares about. Yep. She just cares about making people happy and bringing value to their world and their life any way she can. And whether it's making adults smile by making their kids smile, because she knows that's what brings us joy, helping teachers by helping kids. I mean, she's just all about making life better for everybody. Oh, and she heard that. Sorry. Yeah. I don't like I like blowing smoke when people can hear me. Sorry, I'll stop now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's all true. Like I don't know if you heard us, but we were just saying how supportive you are of everybody all the time and how much we all appreciate that as other authors as well. So yeah, we love you.
You're like the chief cheerleader of EduLaunch is what you are. You are just the person that makes everybody.
I love that.
You're the person that makes everybody feel better about themselves.
Yeah, the head cheerleader.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what they're called? Yeah. The one that gets to tell everybody else what to do.
That would not be me, right, Murray? He's like,
There's silence there now.
Maybe.
Perfect.
Yeah. He's like, I'm leaving.
I can't answer that question. I'm out.
Answering that question. I thought it was so cool though that Marie was at the ball field, like for play yay. Like she's like, I'm gonna be at the ball field. Is that okay? And I'm like, absolutely, because we're all about play. So I'm so excited that her son is, able to have a baseball season and that she is able to come and support and be an awesome friend throughout this whole process. So
Mandy, do you mind if can I ask you a question? Is that okay? I know this is your show, but
no. In fact, I would like you to actually ask her the one that you had put into the chat. Is that the one you're going to ask her?
A different one, but similar, if that's okay. I'll ask the chat one first.
Okay.
So let me ask the chat one first. But the question I put in the thread, so I spent some time as an elementary principal, and oftentimes I would get pushback for adding extra recess or putting constructive play into the classroom. People would say, well, no, that's just an extra. It's a luxury. Kids can play at other times. How do we sell to other people that it's truly a priority and something that kids need?
I think sometimes that the people think that time is so important to keep on time for your schedule. But if you are somebody who is truly looking at the whole child and looking at child-centered practices, like we're not programmed to sit. Like that is not something that our bodies are meant to do, especially when you're a young kid. You are so needing that movement to learn and to play. And I think knowing that piece of research behind it, I might not have felt as comfortable even at the beginning of my career having 2 recesses. Super lucky that I have an amazing principal. I'm going to shout out. Hi, Nicole. She builds that into our schedule so that we're able to take that second recess with our kids, because she knows in the elementary world, like how important that is to the development of kids. And so doing research about sensory integration, I don't know if I've mentioned on any show before, but my younger son Max has some sensory problems, and so he gets OT and PT. And so one of the biggest things that our OT and PT do in our school is incorporate play into so many of their therapies. And if you've ever had a child that's had therapy, so much of that is surrounded by play. And the reason is that's how kids are going to learn and maintain those skills, is through play. And so if I'm going on and on about this, but I think that is such an important question, because if we take those things away from kids, that's where you get kids who don't want to come to school, or they say that I'm bored, or I really just don't get it until they have a teacher who is like, okay, we're going to review this by playing a game, or they build that relationship. We have some amazing teachers who they'll go out and play a basketball game with their kids, or, you'll see them throwing the football. And one of the blog posts I just did with Teach Better was all about like the science behind it. Like you see their animals play. Animal parents teach their infants how to do things by having them play. Like there's ravens that ski down hills. Like there's so much science behind it. Yeah. That is just like any other skill, like reading. If we know the science behind the brain, how people learn how to read, it's the same thing. People and children learn by doing things that they enjoy, and that's just like I guess that's my short.
Well, no, that's so short. Good. And I would say even anecdotally, because not everybody believes in science these days. Anecdotally, we could say over the last 3 or 4 months during quarantine, the reason so many people are saying our kids need to go back to school is because they missed that social piece. They missed the play. I mean, their academic needs were being addressed somehow, some way, but they missed out on the social aspect. So if nothing else, we have so many people now recognizing and advocating for it. So I love that you champion that and you put that on the stage and give it the voice it needs, because we need to keep that going. Even once we do get back to school as normal, or if we are in a virtual world, we need to remember the importance of this. So well done. I'm happy. I'm proud.
Yeah, well, and I think, you know, to BreAnn's point, like, play is where our kids learn SEL skills.
Right.
One of the reasons why our kids seem to be missing those SEL skills is because we keep taking away play.
Right.
And you know, like BreAnn just wrote a blog post, was it yesterday, I think, for EduMatch too, where she was saying like roughhousing, which is a thing we stopped just like that. We're like, no, guys, don't touch each other. You know, is one of the ways that they learn some of those skills. And so, you know, we question why our students aren't doing that. It's because recess and play are some of the first things we take away, and they have to have that type of learning. It is a need. And so I think that, it's so important.
That's good.
You know, and as a fifth, I taught fourth grade last year, and I'm teaching fifth grade this year. And, you know, my kids were really surprised last year when I was like, yeah, you guys are getting 2 recesses. And they're like, wait, what? Really? And I'm like, no, you guys need to be outside. You need to play. And, you know, a lot of people think of older kids that don't like to play. Like my 9, 10, 11-year-olds love to play just like my 6 and 9-year-old children. Like they play with stuffed animals. They were, you know, playing tag and playing hide and seek out on the playground. I brought in Hot Wheels tracks, and they thought that was the best thing I could have ever done. Like I had Hot Wheel tracks all over my classroom. So, you know, it's incredibly important. So much is taught through play. SEL skills, communication skills, sensory regulation comes through play as well. So it's extremely important.
Right. Absolutely. Well, you guys, thank you so much. We're like, we have 3 minutes left. We're coming to the end. We have talked about this is awesome. I love it. I love this conversation. And yes, think about adults. We need to play too.
So true.
we need play.
Think about the Funko Pop company. Like, Funko Pop is one of the most like sought after thing. It's because it has nostalgia and it has this play element. And so some people are like, you know, adults don't have toys or they don't want toys. And it's like, no, like people are collecting these things that are reminding them of their childhood. And you're thinking of all the trauma, and Mandy is so amazing at thinking about teachers and mental health. Like we have this trauma, and it's going to be good for teachers to get in there with their kids and experience play too. And if you're virtual, something I did was did Go Noodles with my kids and like danced in the background and like just showed them like I'm still having fun with you. Like I want to be with you and I want you to have fun too. And so, you know, there are those things that we can do that are playful and, you know, giving kids bubble wands if you have to make a porch visit. Like my mind's always turning on how can I show these kids that I care about them in a way that is going to be impactful and memorable for their future. I'm
still waiting for the Go Noodle option for adults. What would that look like?
I think it looks like this.
No doubt. Everybody move. Okay. So we have to pick winners, 2 winners for your books. And so I just kind of scrolled through as you guys were talking and picked 2. So I have, I'm not sure if it was Hans and Jennifer Apple. I'm not sure which one was on. They had said, so excited for you, BreAnn. So they won one of your books. Oh, it was Jen. She put it on there. Okay. And then Alice Espinal as well. So we have Jen Apple and Alice Espinal. Congratulations. Please go ahead and message BreAnn and she will get your information and get you get you your book. So that is awesome. And BreAnn, congratulations on your launch. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to give away one $5 teacher paid teacher gift card to somebody who shares this video out, like after it's posted. So think about that. I will pick a winner probably on Friday.
Awesome. Fantastic idea. Thank you so much. And okay, guys, so we have bulk discounts. If you want to purchase Play A Baby Talk for your school or for the district, you can get bulk discounts at 10 or more books at EduMatch, and you will get that by emailing Sarah Thomas at sarah@edumatch.org, and she will get you the information that you need for that. BreAnn, again, thank you so much. This was amazing. Congratulations. And I hope, and Marie and Dave, thank you so much for connecting as well. It's a great conversation. Appreciate you guys. And have a great night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Congratulations, BreAnn.
Thank you.